Hello, I'm Brenna Malloy and the co-owner of the House of Compassionate Gratitude, and I'm here tonight to share with you the process of being happy. And this is a really special occasion because I have not seen the printed book yet. We have done this entire process online with our publisher. Everything was in PDF form and trust. And I cannot contain how excited I am. I'm trying really hard so I can do this video because I want to share it with you. And I don't have, like Zoom set up or anything right now or to record it. So I'm just going to try to do this on my desk with you. But you can see the colors and the pages and some of the activities. You can see that it says here there's 51 activities. It's not really. It's 26 weeks. So that's 26 activities. Some weeks there are more than one thing to do. But that keeps you engaged. And this is about the author and some photos of John and I being silly on the beach and things like that. And then the intention of the book and the purpose. And then if you want to work with a coach, you can, fill this out and give me a call and we can set up some time to do that. Or on this page, it's how to use this book so you'd be able to use it on your own. And that's something that you can do as well. Of course, if you want feedback and you want support in that, then you can do it with coaching also. So there's all these questions about your life. There's lots of activities there's lots of journaling. So if you get this book, please know it does ask you to write or record and think and journal in some way. So you could record this if you would rather film yourself or have an audio file. I'm a big fan of writing it out, even if no one reads it. But anyways, I want to show you some of the artwork because they're from some of my favorite people. So this one is from Charlotte Rose Wood, and she drew that for our Signs from the Universe. And I love it because if you look closely at her little character here, there's so many signs right in that little character, right? There's a little halo and antenna. It's got wings. We all love signs that have wings. Dragonflies, butterflies, all that, right? So, and then we have some meditations. And then this piece of art is from my good friend, Stephanie Hansen. And she is a local artist in upstate New York. So you can look her up and find some other things. And I'm so grateful that I got to have her art, or we got to have her art in this book. And then this is a piece from my daughter, Kai. And she has had some pieces in a local Mocha gallery here. But this is the first time in a printed edition workbook like this, or book at all. So I'm really proud of her and glad she wanted to contribute. And then here is one from Madeline Wood, and I love how she has developed her artistic skill for horses. It's really beautiful. Let's see. So we're going through some other activities, and some you will cut out, some you'll leave in here. Some you can journal separately. I do encourage you to get a journal when you do this because some of the space is, for today's thoughts, but it is definitely the kind of book where you can go back and have more thoughts later and reflect on them. I love reflection. It's very important for personal growth. Some activities will take you a while, like vision boards or working with your I am statements. Some activities you're going to feel like they don't take you very long at all to do, that you get it and you move on, and it only takes you a day. Some activities you might feel like this doesn't pertain to me. And that's okay too, because nothing in life is one size fits all. I don't care what the clothing tags say. Nothing is one size fits all. So that's really normal that some of the activities you're going to think, this doesn't really sync up with me. It doesn't resonate. And that's okay, because there's going to be far more that do. And if you stick with the 26-week program and you hold yourself accountable, or you work with me as your coach, I'm going to help hold you accountable to doing each activity every week for the 26 weeks. So that way you can really give yourself the opportunity to change your mindset. So I want to talk about mindset, but first I'm going to share this little piece. This is from John. We found this in some old stuff that he had from his childhood. So he drew this picture when he was 7. And you can see even at 7, he was manifesting his house. And I think that that's a motorcycle, but it might be a horse. I don't really remember all of the story now. And then here he is on a hill, and I think he's sleeping, but he might be thinking. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to ask him about that one. But in any case, so the idea of changing your mindset. So mindset is so important. Now, this book talks about a state of being happy. and that it's a state of being. It's not a destination. Happiness is a state of being, and you can kind of retrain yourself to think in a more positive, happy way on a regular basis. Now, things still come up, and some things in life are still not feeling great or are negative, and we recognize that. But that does not have to impact your state of everyday general being in a positive, happy mindset and looking for the best. That also being said, there are some medical or mental health conditions and things like that that would impact that. And yes, you can buy this book and you can do it on your own and see how that works out. And that's kind of leaving it to you to assess how that feels. But I have to tell you, if I'm working with you personally, I am not a doctor or a mental health professional in that psychiatric sense. But I will absolutely tell you if I feel like this is not for you, or not yet, or you need something in addition. So don't let that kind of make you think that you can't do this work, because this can go along very well with other kinds of professional support and help. So this page I'm showing you here is from Peggy Weigel, and I feel so very blessed again to have her in this book. She's a really kind person, and she is so wise, and to have her in our life. And then this piece is from me and one of my, I think it was my first book, and I believe I wrote it in like 4th or 5th grade. And this is the sunshine from it, and that's probably all we're ever going to hear about that book, because girls in 4th, 5th grade, that might tell you enough about the drama in that book. But you can see we have lots of quotes and reflections. If you've worked with our previous book, The Process of Passing, you probably got the hint that we really like reflection time. Time to read something and think, how does this make me feel? What do I think about this? It's a great way to gain insight for yourself. So here is a piece from John about being thankful. And then here is something I wrote. It's called You're Being Built. And I think that it can be very supportive, in my opinion, of being happy and accepting yourself and growth. Let's see here. So the last page I want to share with you is what I call a finger puppet. If you buy the book, you're going to cut this out and you're going to fold it. When my daughter was younger, they called these cootie catchers, and they were for fortune telling. That's not really what this is for. It's no fortune here, but it is engaging about some of the activities in the book. So if you've been going through the book and you want to engage your family and friends, you can cut this out. And then, for instance, you've learned something. What have you learned? You've learned a new skill. What is a skill? Never stop learning, reading, and growing. What are you learning? So if you picked that little scenario when you did your little finger puppet thing, then this would be the question you'd answer. And if you do it with friends, you can go around the little group and everyone can answer that question, because learning new skills and always stretching your mind and your mindset is really, really imperative to personal growth and also to engaged and happy living. So the last thing I want to say about the book, or the last two things, is one, we have some wonderful reviews here on the back, and I'm very, very grateful for them. So thank you to those who participated in that. The other thing I want to say is that the publisher was Balboa Press. And I guess what I want to say about it is I had not felt this book in my hand until today. And it came by PDF. And I'm so impressed by what they put together, the vivid colors, capturing our design. They did the graphic work here on the cover. They did all of the copyright research. They were really great. And the other wonderful thing about Balboa Press is that they are a subsidiary or a division of Hay House. And of course, those of you who are familiar with Hay House know that if you're a subsidiary of them, they're going to review what your listings are. So depending on how this wonderful book does, who knows, maybe Hay House will pick it up, and that would make me super excited as well. So let's see, what else do I want to say about the process of being happy? I want to say it's a process. That doesn't mean it's work, but it does mean that it takes mindfulness and it takes conscious effort sometimes, because for any of you who have turned on the news lately, there can be some negativity out there. And that being said, we have to acknowledge that. There's plenty of acknowledging of the quote unquote negative things here. But the goal is to note what they are and then move on. Note what the negatives are, learn something, and move on. And see life in a different way. Okay, so you can do this by changing your words or your wardrobe or what you're manifesting. Looking at how you are creating your future and the world around you will have a profound impact. And now, if you're not visual and the vision boards don't work for you, we have some great worksheets here on how to do it with your words. Words are so powerful. We're going to walk you through in the book, or working with me personally, on how to stop asking why me when something does feel negative, and start looking at okay, so what's next? There's just so many things in here, and I'm so excited to bring it to the world. And I hope that you order your copy soon, or you give me a call and we can talk about it and see how either personal transitional coaching or the process of being happy can really support you in your growth and your happiness. So thank you so much for watching and listening tonight. Have a great day.